and welcome to On Screen. We have an incredible program for you today. My special guest is Mike Lee, Professional Bull Riders Association World Champion of 2004 and a committed Christian. You're going to enjoy this program, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. It's considered the fastest growing sport in America. It's also considered to be one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Each ride can mean the difference between life and death. But that didn't stop young Mike Lee from pursuing his dream and becoming the world champion professional bull rider in 2004. And at the age of 24, well, it doesn't seem like Mike is slowing down. In fact, he was immortalized with two other star riders in a recent documentary that won rave reviews from several critics. A lot of people who are watching the program really don't understand what bull riding is all about. Can you give just a brief explanation of the sport and what it entails?
Well, you got to ride your bull for 8 seconds. They mark the bull rider 1 to 50, and they mark the bull 1 to 50. You can be 100 points, or you can be 0 if you don't make 8 seconds. So, you know, 90s are rare, but those are the high mark rides, and, you know, 70s and below are real low mark rides. So you want to be in their 80s, you know, and be a good ride.
So to some degree, it's almost a catch-22 because you want the toughest bull you can possibly get, because if you ride that bull, that's going to give you a higher score. On the other hand, those bulls are the most difficult bulls to ride, and some of those bulls may be ridden once in 20 times. Some maybe haven't been ridden at all. Is that the kind of bull that normally a good bull rider wants to draw?
If you're a good bull rider and you're consistent, you want to draw the rank one so you can beat everybody else. If you have a better bull than someone else, then that means you win. So I'm a kind of simple kind of guy, so I just like to draw the rank ones and try to get her done. Hey.
Most of us, when we would have some sort of an injury, we take time off work. We favor it, you know, we will do whatever it takes to allow that to get well. In the rodeo world, in the bull riding world, you got to keep riding.
Well, if you're not riding, you're not making money. So I mean, you know, you got to make a living. So,
what is it that makes Mike Lee get on a bull? What was it after that, riding that first steer, and then riding a few times more, that caused Mike Lee to say, I want to make a career out of this?
Well, when I saw them professional bull riders on TV, that's when I knew I wanted to be a professional bull rider. And believed
you could be better than the other guys?
Yes, I did. And you know, that's an odd thing. It just came to me. That thought just ran across my head, and I just knew it. It was in my heart, and I just knew I wanted to be the best. And I just made that commitment to myself, so I practiced every day. And I knew that I wanted to ride bulls just because it made me feel alive when I rode, and I just knew that was my destiny, you know. That was what I was supposed to do. Because I wasn't real good at a lot of other things other than breaking colts, so that don't make a lot of money doing that. So.
What did your mom think about all this? I mean, it's a pretty dangerous sport, and moms are pretty protective of their kids.
Well, my mom's a little different than most moms, I guess. She don't say much at all. She's a real quiet woman, and she's very supportive, though. She'll be there every time. She's real calm in a pressure situation. I remember I got hurt, and I had that brain surgery, and we go to the hospital, and I'm bleeding like stuck hog, and my mom's just calm as bee, you know, and didn't panic and prayed with me before I went in and had surgery, and just, you know, it's good to have someone beside you that don't panic and has got a cool sense about them.
You were 18 when you became pro. When did you realize, I am that good?
Even when I'm on top of my game, I'm not the most confident guy there. And that's just the way I am. That's the way I was born. And it's the way, the personality I have. Yeah. But I knew I wanted to be the best. But, you know, I don't believe I'm any better than anybody else that's there.
As in most contact sports, the question isn't if an athlete's going to get hurt, but when. And in professional bull riding, pain and injuries, well, it's pretty much part of the territory. You've had some pretty serious injuries yourself. You just mentioned a few minutes ago about brain surgery. What happened?
Oh, it was a pretty simple deal. It just jerked me down. What I mean by that is the bull pulls you down on top of his head, and
the gravitational pull. That's,
yep.
Yeah.
And you hit heads, and anyways, I hit his head and just knocked me out. And I was laying there on the ground and got up and walked out and fell back down later. And I wanted to drive home, and my mom wouldn't let me. She was with me, and that was kind of rare that she was with me, but it was a good thing that someone was with me at that bull ride. And she said, well, we better go to the hospital. And went to the hospital, and they took some MRIs, not x-rays, but MRIs, and they saw blood in my brain. So they had to take a needle and draw that blood out of there and wired me back shut with some wire, and that was about it. I was good as new. God took care of me.
Is there a high threshold of pain that riders have to have in order to be able to keep on riding with those kinds of injuries?
You can't panic if you have pain. That's the thing. You got to learn to stay calm. And if you stay calm, pain ain't as bad as it seems, you know. But the only thing I don't like about pain is after you get hurt, you got adrenaline rush right afterwards. So it's not that bad. But it's later on when you're trying to go to bed and trying to go to sleep and it's throbbing at night. That's the bad part about it. But you know, you get used to it. You get immune to it, and your pain threshold goes up over time. To tell you the truth, I really didn't care if I won the world. I was happy that I made it that far, and I was just in a state of joy and peace that God put me in, and that's an awesome feeling. And I don't have that all the time, but God blessed me during that finals, and He just gave me this unbelievable peace.